Brothers and sisters, listen to me today, because this is not a soft message. This is not a message for the faint-hearted or those seeking comfort over truth. This is a message for those who desire to be unshakable, immovable, standing firm in a world that sways like the wind. If you want to be mentally strong, you must live differently. You must walk a narrow path where few dare to tread. We live in a world that tells us, follow your heart, but I tell you today, the heart is deceitful. Feelings will betray you. Strength is not found in doing what you feel like doing. It is found in doing what is right, even when every fiber of your being screams against it. The mentally strong wake up early when they'd rather sleep. They speak truth when they'd rather stay silent. They keep walking forward when everything tells them to quit. Too many people break under pressure. They think trials mean they're being punished. No, trials are not here to destroy you, but to refine you. Gold is tested by fire, and so are men. If you run from hardship, you run from growth. The strongest people are those who stand in the storm and say, "Let it come, I will not bow." You are not your thoughts, but if you do not master them, they will master you. The mentally strong take every thought captive. They do not let fear dictate their actions. They do not entertain lies. They guard their minds like a soldier guards a fortress, because they know if the enemy takes the mind, he takes everything. Weak people sway with the crowd. They seek approval. They want applause. But mentally strong people know they stand for something, even if the whole world stands against them. They are not concerned with what is easy. They are concerned with what is right. They will not compromise their integrity for temporary comfort. Intentions don't change lives. Actions do. Words mean nothing if they are not backed by discipline and sacrifice. The mentally strong don't wait for motivation, they move. They don't sit around hoping, they work. They don't say one day, they say today is the day. And so I ask you today, where do you stand? Will you be among the weak who crumble at the first sign of hardship, or will you rise? Will you choose discipline over ease, truth over lies, action over excuses? The path to strength is not easy, but it is worth it. Choose today whom you will be. We live in a world that glorifies feelings. Everywhere you turn, you hear phrases like, follow your heart, do what feels right, and listen to your emotions. But I tell you today, emotions are fickle. They shift like the wind, unstable and unreliable. They may feel strong in the moment, but they are weak in foundation. If you build your life upon emotions, you are building a house on sinking sand. The mentally strong do not live by feelings. They live by principles. Discipline is the foundation of strength. It is the ability to act according to what is right, not according to what is easy or comfortable. The difference between the weak and the strong is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It is discipline. The weak let emotions dictate their actions. If they don't feel like working hard, they don't. If they don't feel motivated, they quit. If they feel afraid, they retreat. But the strong understand that feelings come and go. They do what is right, whether they feel like it or not. Consider the soldier in battle. Fear grips him. Exhaustion weighs on him. But does he drop his weapon and run? No. He has been trained to move forward despite his emotions. He does not allow fear to control him. He controls it. Why? Because he knows the mission is greater than his feelings. The mentally strong approach life the same way. They wake up early when they'd rather sleep. They work diligently when laziness tempts them. They speak the truth when they'd rather remain silent. Discipline is not a momentary choice. It is a lifestyle. It is not something you turn on when it's convenient and off when it's hard. It is a daily decision to rise above the temporary sway of emotions. the student who studies when they would rather relax, the athlete who trains when their body screams for rest, the leader who stands firm in integrity when others compromise. These are the ones who become great. Not because they always feel like doing what's right, but because they choose to do it anyway. Let me tell you something. There will be days when your emotions will fight you with everything they have. There will be moments when you will want to quit, when discouragement will whisper that it's not worth it, when your mind will convince you that you cannot keep going. But in those moments, you must remind yourself you are not ruled by your emotions. You are ruled by your principles. You are not led by how you feel today. You are led by what you have committed to becoming. This is the difference between mediocrity and greatness. The weak let emotions lead them. The strong lead their emotions. The weak seek comfort first. The strong seek purpose first. The weak live by feeling. The strong live by discipline. So I ask you today, what will you choose? Will you let emotions control you, or will you take control? The choice is yours, but know this. Discipline will take you where emotions never can. No one seeks hardship. No one wakes up in the morning hoping for difficulty, pain, or struggle. And yet it is through hardship that the strongest men and women are forged. The weak see trials as obstacles, as things that stand in their way, but the mentally strong understand a deep and powerful truth. Trials are not here to break them. Look at the process of refining gold. It is not purified by comfort, by ease, or by avoiding heat. No, gold is refined by fire, by intense heat that burns away all impurities, leaving behind something strong, something pure, something of great worth. And so it is with us. Strength is not developed in times of ease. It is developed in the fire of adversity. The mentally strong do not run from hardship. They embrace it, knowing it is shaping them into something greater than they were before. Too many people today fear struggle. The moment life becomes difficult, they want to quit. They look at hardship as a curse rather than a gift. They say, why is this happening to me? Instead, they should be asking, what is this teaching me? Because every hardship carries a lesson. Every difficulty is an opportunity for growth. If you run from it, you remain the same. If you face it, you become stronger. History is filled with men and women who became great, not in spite of their struggles, but because of them. The greatest leaders, warriors, and pioneers all endured suffering. They were betrayed, abandoned, ridiculed, and pressed beyond their limits. But they did not give in. They stood firm. They allowed the fire of hardship to shape them rather than destroy them. And in the end, they emerged unshakable. Consider the tree that stands alone in the open field. It has no shelter from the wind, no protection from the storms. But because of this, its roots grow deeper, its trunk grows stronger. When the storm comes, it does not break, it stands. But the tree that is sheltered, that is never tested by the wind, remains weak, and the first great storm that comes will bring it down. So which tree will you be? Will you allow difficulty to strengthen you, or will you crumble at the first sign of adversity? Make no mistake, there will be hardship. There will be moments when you feel like giving up. There will be nights when the burden feels too heavy. But it is in those moments that your true strength is formed. It is in those moments that you must decide, will this trial define me, or will I rise above it? The battlefield of life is not first fought in actions. It is fought in the mind. A person who cannot rule their own thoughts will be ruled by their circumstances. They will be tossed back and forth by the waves of fear, doubt, and insecurity. But the mentally strong understand this. Before you can conquer anything in life, you must first conquer yourself. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest weakness. It will either serve you or enslave you. Weakness does not begin in the body, it begins in the mind. Defeat does not start when you fail, it starts when you believe you will fail. Fear does not grip you because of reality, it grips you because you allow it to take root in your thoughts. This is why mental strength is not an option, it is a necessity. Those who lack control over their minds will always be controlled by something else. Look at the most successful, disciplined, and resilient individuals in history. What separates them from the rest? It is not wealth, it is not talent, it is not luck. It is the ability to control their thoughts. They do not entertain negativity. They do not allow fear to dictate their actions. They do not waste time on distractions, self-doubt, or excuses. They have trained their minds to be servants to their purpose rather than slaves to their emotions. But this kind of mastery does not come naturally. The mind left unchecked will always gravitate toward comfort, toward fear, toward weakness. It takes discipline to shape your thoughts. It takes daily effort to guard your mind against negativity, against doubt, against anything that does not serve your higher purpose. Mental strength is built just like physical strength. It requires training, repetition, and resilience. Consider the warrior preparing for battle. He does not wait until the fight begins to strengthen himself. He trains beforehand, sharpening his skills, conditioning his body, preparing his mind. He knows that when the battle comes, it is too late to prepare. He must already be ready. And so it is with life. If you wait until hardship strikes to take control of your mind, you will be too weak to stand. You must train your thoughts daily so that when difficulties arise, you do not collapse under their weight. What does this training look like? It means rejecting negative self-talk. It means silencing the voice that says, I can't, and replacing it with, I will. It means filling your mind with discipline, with wisdom, with truth. It means being intentional about what you allow to influence you, because what enters your mind will eventually shape your actions. Do not be a prisoner to your own mind. Do not allow your circumstances to dictate your thoughts. Instead, rule over them. Decide today that your mind will serve you, not sabotage you. Master your thoughts and you will master your actions. Master your actions and you will master your destiny. Your greatest battle is not with the world, it is within yourself. Win that battle and there is nothing that can stop you. In every generation there are two kinds of people, those who seek truth and those who seek approval. The weak follow the crowd, bending their convictions to fit what is popular. The strong stand firm, holding to what is right, even when it costs them. The world tells you that acceptance is everything, that to be liked is to be successful. But the mentally strong know a deeper truth. Popularity is fleeting, but integrity is eternal. If you live for the approval of others, you will forever be a slave to their opinions. You will compromise what you know is right just to be accepted. You will change your beliefs to fit the crowd. You will silence your convictions because you fear rejection. But let me ask you, what kind of life is that? Is it truly living if you are constantly at the mercy of what others think? Or is it just another form of bondage? The mentally strong do not chase applause. They do not seek to please the masses. They stand on truth, whether it is welcomed or despised. And let me tell you, the truth will never be popular. History proves this. The greatest minds, the greatest leaders, the greatest reformers, most of them were hated in their time. They were rejected, ridiculed, even persecuted. Why? Because they refused to compromise. They valued truth over comfort, conviction over acceptance. And so must you. Because if you choose to stand for something, if you choose to live by principle rather than popularity, there will be a cost. You will be misunderstood. You will be mocked. You may even lose friends. But the question is, Do you want to be liked or do you want to be strong? Do you want to fit in or do you want to live with purpose? Weak people seek validation. Strong people seek truth. Weak people are desperate for acceptance. Strong people are willing to walk alone. Weak people change with the trends. Strong people build their lives on unshakable principles. But let me warn you, standing for truth is not easy. The world will pressure you to conform. It will tell you that your beliefs are outdated, that your convictions are foolish. It will tempt you with the easy path, the path where you say what people want to hear, where you live for approval rather than purpose. But that path leads nowhere. It is the path of the empty, the fearful, the weak. So I ask you today, what will you choose? Will you follow the crowd, changing with every new opinion? Or will you plant your feet and say, I stand for truth no matter the cost? The choice is not easy, but it is clear. Popularity fades, but character remains. Applause dies, but truth stands forever. Seek truth, live by it, defend it. Even if you must stand alone, for what is right are never truly alone. They stand with all who came before them, with all who refused to bend, with all who chose strength over surrender. The world is filled with dreamers, with people who speak grand words about what they will do one day. They talk about their ambitions, their goals, their plans, but that is all it ever is, talk. Dreams without action are nothing more than illusions. Wishes without work are wasted breath. The mentally strong understand this. Success, growth, and strength do not come from what you intend to do. They come from what you actually do. Intentions do not build legacies, actions do. You can have the best plan in the world, but if you do not execute it, it is worthless. You can have a vision for your future, but if you do not take steps toward it, it will never be more than a fantasy. The weak wait for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel ready. But the strong know there is no such thing as the perfect moment. There is only now. They do not wait for inspiration. They move forward with discipline, whether they feel like it or not. Look at the most successful people in any field. What separates them from the rest? It is not just talent. It is not just intelligence. It is the willingness to act when others hesitate. It is the refusal to let fear, doubt, or laziness keep them from stepping forward. The world does not reward those who think about doing great things. It rewards those who actually do them. Discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement. It is what takes an idea and transforms it into reality. You can have a goal to get stronger, but if you do not train, you will remain weak. You can have a dream to build something great, but if you do not take the first step, you will never see it come to life. The mentally strong commit to action, not just words. They do not need motivation to do what needs to be done. They understand that progress is made by consistent effort, not by occasional bursts of enthusiasm. Weakness does not strike like lightning. It creeps in like a slow, steady tide. It does not announce itself loudly. It whispers, it persuades, it convinces you to compromise just a little. And before you know it, the foundation that once stood firm begins to crack. The mentally strong understand this. Weakness does not begin in the body, it begins in the heart. It begins when a person stops guarding what truly matters: their mind, their values, and their soul. Compromise is the gateway to destruction. No one wakes up one day and suddenly finds themselves broken, lost, or defeated. It happens in small steps, in tiny moments, where they choose comfort over conviction, ease over effort, and pleasure over principle. They make one small concession, thinking it is harmless, then another and another, and soon they are no longer standing firm. They are bending to the very things they once stood against. The mentally strong do not allow this to happen. They guard their heart with unshakable resolve. They know that what enters the heart will shape the mind, and what shapes the mind will determine their actions. They do not entertain thoughts of weakness. They do not allow negativity, fear, or temptation to take root. They stand watch over their soul like a warrior guarding a city, because they know that one moment of carelessness can lead to ruin. But guarding the heart is not easy. The world will constantly push against you. It will tell you that it is okay to let go of your standards, that it is fine to relax your values. It will offer you comfort at the cost of your character. And if you are not careful, if you are not strong, you will accept a lie that compromise is harmless. But hear me, compromise is never harmless. It is the seed of weakness. Look at those who have fallen, those who were once strong, once disciplined, once unwavering. How did they fall? They did not fall in a single moment. They fell because they let down their guard. They allowed a little laziness, a little dishonesty, a little temptation to enter, thinking it was nothing. But weakness grows, it spreads, and when the time of testing came, they found themselves too weak to stand. But if you want to be strong, you must be different. You must be vigilant. You must protect what is most valuable, your mind, your values, your soul. You must surround yourself with those who strengthen you, not those who pull you down. You must be ruthless in removing anything that weakens you. You must say no to what compromises you, even if it costs you friendships, opportunities, or comfort. Because in the end, true strength is not just about what you achieve. It is about what you refuse to surrender. It is about standing firm when others fall. It is about holding fast to what is right, even when the whole world tells you to let go. So guard your heart, protect your values, do not let weakness creep in. Stand strong today so that when the storms of life come, and they will come, you will not be shaken, you will not fall, you will remain unbreakable. Mental strength is not found in mere words, but in action. It is not built in comfort, but in challenge. The truly strong do not follow feelings, they follow principles. They do not fear hardship, they embrace it as a refining fire. They do not let their minds wander aimlessly. They master their thoughts with discipline. They do not chase popularity. They stand firm in truth. They do not settle for empty intentions. They commit to action. And above all, they guard their hearts against weakness, knowing that compromise is the seed of destruction. The world is filled with distractions, with temptations, with pressures that seek to break you, to make you ordinary, to keep you weak. But you are called to be more than that. You are called to stand firm when others fall, to walk the difficult path when others take the easy road, to choose strength over comfort, truth over approval, and discipline over excuses. But understand this. Mental strength is not built in a day. It is built in the small choices you make every single moment. It is built in how you train your mind, how you face adversity, how you hold to your convictions when the world tells you to let go. And if you stay the course, if you refuse to break, if you commit to being strong no matter the cost, you will become unshakable. So stand tall, do not waver, do not give in. Strength is forged in battle, and life is the greatest battle of all. Fight well, and in the end, you will not regret the path you chose. Thank you.